Last night, Quay Walker looked like an absolute superstar. He was making his keys, he was getting off blocks, he was blowing plays up. The guy has really taken the next step in his game. Let's jump right into the tape. Now, I do want to quickly point this play out. Quay Walker going up against the rookie right tackle. This was actually said live during the game that the rookie right tackle pancaked Quay Walker, and that could not be further from the truth. If you guys watch this play, Quay Walker actually does a pretty solid job making contact with 78. He does a good job keeping his eyes to the outside. And you guys see right there, Walker's actually going to get tripped by Woods. If you look at Walker's left foot, it gets hit with the receiver Woods, and he ends up slipping. But the broadcast crew said that Quay Walker got pancaked, right? So I did want to just quickly point that out. I know it's not really anything related to the actual tape. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Let's jump into the sack that Quay Walker had last night. Some people say it was Preston Smith. You can say it was a half sack split among the two. Either way, we're going to say Quay Walker had the sack. It was a really nice play. First and foremost, I like the fact that Walker's able to quickly read that this is a play action. You know, sometimes people get confused. Sometimes linebackers may end up running right into the running back. But Walker does a good job avoiding Henry, right? You guys see him make that shift in his angle. Instead of going directly into Henry, he's going to step to the inside. Understanding that Henry can't just make a shift to his right because he would run right into the quarterback. Nice job by Walker to avoid Derrick Henry and get in there and get the sack. You know, people say this was Preston Smith's sack, but I would argue against it because what the left tackle does here is he's going to ride Smith upfield. And had Walker not blitzed, the quarterback would have stepped up on this play. But he wasn't able to step up because Walker's coming from the middle. And basically, both guys kind of get there at the same time. But again, I would say this sack is fully caused because of Walker blitzing. So this is a really nice shot by Walker to get the pressure right into the middle and get to the quarterback. Love this play. Let's get into the next rep. Watch Quay Walker as he avoids the block on this play. Now, he's not the first guy that's going to make the tackle, but he does a really nice job in terms of making contact and avoiding the block right there by the offensive lineman. It's a nice job right there to make that contact, avoid the block, and be able to help. Although a couple of guys already made the play, he's able to still get there. And it really starts with the fact that he's able to avoid the block, right? Again, these type of traits, these type of things when a guy does this type of stuff on tape, these are the things that translate over time. Being able to make the read, be able to avoid the block, be able to get off of a block. It's a big part of playing linebacker. It's a nice job by Quay Walker. Nothing major, but this is a film breakdown. And in the film breakdowns, these are some of the things we look at, right? So let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Watch Quay Walker here come downhill, make contact with the pulling offensive lineman. And he's able to do a good job shedding the block and getting the tackle on the running back there. It's a gain about 3.5 yards. Still a pretty nice job by Walker to be able to make contact, to be able to avoid the block once again, and help tackle the running back. Derrick Henry's a very powerful football player. And generally speaking, he's going to push for that extra yard or two. Walker does a nice job right there to be able to wrap him up and help bring him down. I absolutely love the punch right here, the fight that Quay Walker displays on tape. Again, he doesn't make the tackle, right? He's not the one guy that's going to make the play, but these type of things translate over time. And yesterday he did have 8 to 9 tackles, but there's a lot of plays like this where he's able to get off the block. And truth be told, the fact that he's able to get his hands on the offensive lineman and then he's able to avoid the offensive lineman, right? Shed him. Had Derrick Henry not slipped here, Quay Walker would have made the tackle. Right, Walker was literally the very next guy that would have got there for the tackle. And it's plays like this that I absolutely love. He's big, right? He's 6'4". He has a massive frame, massive arm length. That reach is very nice that Walker has. So he's able to make contact and shed a guy. It's a really, really nice job right there by Quay Walker. Again, I know this has not translated into a lot of success, but linebacker is one of the hardest positions in the NFL, in my opinion, especially on the defensive side, because not only do you have to defend the run, but, you know, teams out there run the run-pass option and the read option, and they'll run screens and inside and outside zones, right? So as a linebacker, it's very difficult to understand all the different reads, but Quay Walker's really starting to flash, in my opinion. One of the things that makes me believe Quay Walker is going to be a really good football player, the fact that he covers not only his gap, but then he's able to cover multiple gaps, right? He's able to get out of that one gap and then get to a different gap and make the play. This is a nice job by Quay Walker to initially fill his gap on this power run, realizing that Henry's not going to run it through that gap, reading, mirroring, find out which gap Henry's about to go into, wrap him up and bring him down. It's a nice play right there. Keep an eye on Quay Walker and Traylon Burks. Burks is going to run a drag route across the middle of the field. Walker's playing a cover 3, so he has the mid hooks. Burks is going to catch it for 1 yard, and he has a little bit of space. Like, there's a chance Traylon Burks, a potential superstar with the ball in his hands. And what does Quay Walker do? He makes the play in the open field. These type of plays are absolutely unique in my opinion. Being able to tackle in open space is so damn difficult for a linebacker on a wide receiver. And Walker does a great job grabbing onto those legs and actually making the tackle. Not a lot of linebackers can move the way Quay Walker does. And I think when you watch his tape, you see all these little things over the course of a game start to add up, right? Tackling guys in open space, getting off blocks, filling multiple gaps. Possibly the most impactful play that Quay Walker had on tape was him destroying this play right here. 4th and 1. He's going to tackle Derrick Henry for a 2-yard loss. Absolute great recognition, understanding it's an inside run, basically blowing the play up. Walker's going to jump the inside gap here, and because he's so quick, so explosive, he's able to get there super quickly. Here comes the motion. He's going to quickly recognize that Derrick Henry's getting the football running to his side. It's a nice job to be able to avoid number 14. And he gets into the backfield, and he blows the play up. Now, I know a lot of people saw this play as it kind of happened, but these type of things are impressive, man. Just watching this guy on tape, he's really flashing, and it's really clear that Quay Walker was the correct pick. I know Devin Lloyd's had some early success, but Walker's just different. Like, the way he moves, the plays he's made and he's kind of making now, I think he's going to be a fantastic football player as he continues to grow over the course of his career. Watch the read by Walker on this play. He quickly recognizes the motion, and he just builds and goes and blows this play up. This play right here only goes for 1 yard. Walker, fantastic job filling the gap, seeing the play, and blowing the play up. Explosive, fast, quick to recognize, and I think that's been really clear on tape over the past 2 to 3 weeks. He looks way more comfortable making plays like this. Really nice job. Let's get into the next rep. Watch Quay Walker once again absolutely avoid all the trash that gets piled up here, avoids all the blocks, is able to fill his gap, mirror the running back, and make the tackle on the running back. This play goes for 2 yards right here. These are the plays that we expected Quay Walker to make as he kind of developed. And over the course of the season, specifically over the last 2 to 3 weeks, he's really clicking. That's such a great job right there to be able to mirror Derrick Henry and blow the play up. Quay Walker, in my opinion, is ascending into a top 10 linebacker. And it's crazy because Walker has a lot in terms of development that he's going to continue to develop. Right? He's going to get faster. He's going to get quicker. His reads are going to slow down, and which means he'll get faster. Right? He'll be able to process things because he's not a great processor yet. Right? That's the one thing he needs to continue to develop. But damn, when you watch plays like this, man, that's a fantastic play right there. Let's get into the next rep. You got an inside zone here to the left. Watch Walker mirror the offensive lineman. Read which gap the running back's about to hit. He gets there and makes the play for only a 4-yard gain. Pretty nice job, nothing major. But once again, it just kind of shows you that Walker is making plays, right? He's definitely getting there, making tackles, being able to read, feel the offensive line offloading to the left, right? It's an inside zone. So you see all the offensive linemen are kind of stepping to their left, as you guys can see that. And Walker's able to read that. Once again, gets to there and makes the play. Nothing major. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. You know, one of the crazy things with Derrick Henry is, generally speaking, he's so much bigger than most linebackers and safeties and corners. But a linebacker he's not bigger than is Quay Walker. Quay Walker is taller than him, and he can match his physicality. I love the fact that Quay Walker was lining up as an outside linebacker or defensive end on the line of scrimmage because he's quick, he's explosive. He has the Michael Parsons twitchiness and explosiveness. And I know he's not the pass rusher that Parsons is. That's not what I'm comparing him to. But this is an inside zone to your left, which means Walker being the backside pursuit is going to go unblocked. Look at how quickly he makes up ground on this play. He's going to absolutely get to Henry on the cutback. And he doesn't miss, and Henry doesn't pick up that many more yards. You know, generally speaking, Henry always falls forward and picks up 2 extra yards. This play only goes for 2 yards because Quay Walker is able to match that strength. And he's explosive, and he runs through Henry, and he brings his ass down on this play. I love the fact that the Packers are utilizing Quay Walker on the line of scrimmage. 17 snaps yesterday is what he played on the line of scrimmage. I love this right here. This is absolutely fantastic usage by Joe Barry and that defensive coaching staff. I think one of the reasons why Walker lined up on the line of scrimmage more is because the Titans run the football so much. And the Titans do mix up the inside zone, outside zone, and power. But when you're running those zone plays, you really have to set the edge. And Walker is very strong, he's very powerful, and he does things like this, right? Where he's able to control players and set the edge. Inside shoulder is going to control and the outside shoulder stays free in case he has to make the tackle. So it's just a really nice job. Obviously, Henry doesn't run it to the outside, but big plays, generally speaking, come from the outside, right? That's why containing and setting the edge is such a big part of playing football. And putting Walker on the outside allows him to set the edge and really control players, right? And I think that's the big part for Quay Walker is he's able to control players on the line of scrimmage. You know, his production from the outside is not going to be as much as his production on the inside because he's played pretty much the inside his entire first 6 to 7 games. But from a defensive scheme approach, this gives him the highest chances of success to stopping Derrick Henry. And they did, right? Henry only averaged, I think, like 3.1 yards per attempt. And he had so many runs where he only had 3 yards or less. I would say that 75% of his runs were 3 yards or less. And of course, he had a couple that went for 8, 9, 10 yards, but most of Henry's runs were 3 yards or less. And I think from a scheme approach, it's a good job to put Walker on the outside. And as we're kind of talking about outside containment, if you watch number 91 Smith on the bottom of your screen, this is why containing the outside is important, right? If you watch Smith, he's going to get his eyes caught up to the inside. And a play that should have been 1 yard ends up going for 10 yards, right? So outside containment is a very big part of football. And I think maybe that's why Quay Walker was playing defensive end. He's explosive. He can set the edge. He's powerful. I'm not saying Smith isn't, right? But Smith definitely is not as quick as Walker, right? He's much bigger. He's much stronger at the moment. So Henry's able to cut it to the outside and Smith just isn't fast enough to stop it, right? If he gets his eyes caught up in the inside like you guys see on this play. Just wanted to quickly point that out. Let's get into the next rep. All right, so as we're kind of talking about Walker playing the outside, here's another really, really nice play. He does a good job getting his hands on the tight end. This is in outside zone to the right of your screen. He does a nice job keeping containment, controlling this tight end. On this play, number 51 is not able to get over there and fill quick enough. He's going to end up getting blocked here by the tackle. But Walker does a nice job being able to contain and at the same time get off his block and get a hand on Henry. Now, of course, Henry does fall forward for about 4 yards on this play. But Walker, really, really nice job being able to control the outside and really setting the edge. Outside zone, right? You don't want the running back to get to the outside. But let's go into the next rep. Alrighty, guys. There you guys have it. Walker finished the game officially with 9 tackles, a sack, and a bunch of really good reps on tape. Not things that are actually officially statistically tracked, but a lot of really good things in terms of getting off blocks, making his reads, things that you generally want to see from a young football player. I know the Packers lost this game, and I know right now a lot of Packer fans may not like where this defense is at. But trust me when I say this, there's a lot of hope for this team, man. The roster is super stacked, and I know it's not clicking right now, but it's a super young roster. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. We do Packers film breakdowns plus a couple other teams. Let me know what you guys think about Quay Walker. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.